Hey, it's Seb back here. Welcome to this bonus page. I'm excited today to show you email tools. Now, this is not really a new software. I've seen softwares like this come out before, but if you don't yet have a software like this, you may want to consider taking a serious look at this software. So what this does is it gives you the ability to create 4 different types of email tools. And one of these is really quite unique. Email survey, I haven't seen that before in the past. You can create timers, you can create videos, you can create images, and you can create also these surveys inside of your emails. Now, the reason that people use these in their emails is number one, it looks really professional. It really is taking advantage of modern technology and where everything is moving, being able to add animations, videos, images into your emails. It shows that you're up with what's happening. Also, it can increase conversions. It can increase the amount of link clicks. It's been proven to do that. I know that in my own behavior, and if you think of your own behavior as well, it's more likely that you will click on an image or a video playing if it's added into the email. It's just how it works at the moment. It's something that's really quite new, and if you want to take advantage of it for yourself or your clients, then it could be really quite useful to use. Now, down below there's more bonuses. You can find out about those. You can also find out more details about this software as well. So let me go through each of these different tools that you get with the front end of this product. It works with both Mac and PC. It's a cloud-based software. So we'll start off with Timer first. Now, one of the things that really impresses me about this software is that it is very, very easy to use. If you've got one of these softwares but you have trouble using it, this will solve that problem. To select what kind of timer you want, you get a bunch of different templates. You just click, and you just click also what happens when the time expires. Now, a timer is based on a launch closing. So say, for example, today, as I do this video, Bolt Publisher, which is a software of mine that I launched recently, is about to close down. And we've got a timer on our sales page which is counting down that time. Now, if you add a timer into an email, it's going to add some urgency to that email, and it means that people during that first communication will see the timer and they'll see the time that it's counting down, instead of, if you were saying, hey, go to this page right now, the launch is closing down, they would have to go to the sales page to find out how much time is left. And that's not necessarily what you want. You may want to have scarcity on that first communication to get more people clicking because they know it's urgent. So what we can do is we can choose which timer we want. We can choose what happens when the time expires. We can then name this timer. So it might be Bolt Publisher, for example, timer. We can choose our time zone. We usually go with New York. We can make it evergreen if we want to. Now, the reason you do an evergreen timer is, say, for example, you've got an autoresponder sequence. And an autoresponder sequence means that if someone signs up for your email account and they want to receive emails from you, you can actually have a webinar happening every week. So every single week, you've got a webinar that happens on the same date. It's an automated webinar, and you want to get people on there as much as possible. So what you can do is you can actually have that evergreen webinar running, and you can have an evergreen timer added into your autoresponder sequence, so people who receive your emails will see, oh look, the webinar is happening in 2 days, and it will be consistent the same time every single week, except the timer will count down consistently, and whenever someone receives an email, depending on when they signed up, it'll have a timer inside of that email showing how long it is until that webinar starts. So that's just one example, but there's many different ways you might want to use this. So the evergreen feature is something new. I haven't seen this in any other softwares that have these timers added in, and that's available right here. Really cool feature. Now, I've also got the font color. You can adjust the font color, you can adjust the background color, so you can adjust these templates if you want to. And you can also add a timer running out URL. That could be a closed down page, or it could be something else. And you can also have a timer complete page, which is this will be the timer running URL will be when they click on the timer, that'll be where they'll go. So in Bolt Publisher's case, it would be boltpublisher.co, for example. In this example here, it might be boltpublisher.com/closed down, okay, because people will go there after the time is completed, so they'll go to the closed down page. Once you've done that, click submit, and then you're done. All you need to do is you just need to basically grab then your image. You go get image, and it comes with this image URL. Now, when you're adding this into your autoresponder or your email, all you need to do is copy this and add this in as you would a regular image. It's really, really easy to do. You just click on the image icon, whether you're using Aweber, GetResponse, they all have an image icon. You add this URL in, and that's all you need to do. Send it out, and you're done. Make sure, as a side note, that it's an HTML email that you're sending out. It can't be a plain text email. It has to be an HTML email. If you've got a specific code you want to add in. Okay, this is email without click-through link. That's if you don't want someone to click on the link, then you add that. Email with click-through link, you could add this into the HTML and code for your website if you wanted to add this timer into your website and you didn't want it for your email. We can preview it as well, so we can actually preview it here. Now I didn't actually add a specific time on this, but it's showing 10 hours because it had a random time that was already pre-added to it. So we've got that added there as well. So very easy to use. We've just created a timer for our email within a few minutes. We can also do the same for a video. Now videos are really quite popular. You'll see an example on the sales page here. You'll actually see an example here of one of these inside of an email. That's the timer inside of an email, so you get to see what these look like on the sales page. But if we go ahead and we use a YouTube video right now, I'm going to grab a YouTube video that I just uploaded for WP PhotoPress, which you will have seen yesterday, and I'm going to add that in there. Click download. And what it's doing is it's basically downloading this video file so it can then generate a GIF image from that. It's very quick and easy to do. I can then choose what time will be shown. So I could put, say for example, 17 to 23 seconds. Cool. Then from there I can add a click-through URL, which again, if this was for Bolt Publisher, or in this case it was for, it's for PhotoPress, I might put in backersbonus.com/WP Photo Press Bonus. All right. Then we click Generate GIF. It's going to go ahead and it's going to generate this image for us. And just like we did with the timer, it's going to add this in the same sort of way. So we'll get our image here. I haven't chosen a good, a good time to do this. I'll go back to redo that for you. I'm just going to go ahead and edit this so I can show you how easy it is to edit it. Now we're going to choose different times because there was no movement going on here, and that's not what we're looking for. So we'll go for this. We're going to go for these times between these right here. We'll generate that GIF again after editing it, and we'll see how this looks now. So I've got a bit of movement now. You can see here there's some clicking around, and we're loading up my image. So perfect. This is the type of image we'd like to use. So now I can add this in again, as we were talking about before. You can add this in as an image into my email like this. I can add a overlay play button as well with this image here, and I can actually preview this in my browser right now. If I was to go here and I was to preview this in my browser, you can see what it looks like. This is what it looks like right here in the top left hand corner. Very easy to do and very easy to use. Now we can use an email image. Create new image. We're going to create new image here. It's going to allow us then to load up our new image, and this is really quite basic. You're customizing what you want the image to look like inside of your email here. The biggest advantage that this has is this first name here. Now I use Aweber, so what you can do is you can actually include someone's name inside of your image, which is quite cool because it can say, for example, great deals, and I can say great deals for, and then I can have, if I want to, please replace var first name with a special variable name. So I could say this right here, copy this for, and you can have first name. Now what that'll do is that'll basically mean that your image, the image that you create here, and I'll save this right now, the image we create here is going to add first name in. So it'll add their first name in if I add this into Aweber. Okay, now I can select my image, I can download that. What I'll do is I'll add one of my add images if I can right here. We'll go into, I'm just going to grab this right here. We're going to grab an image, just a random image that I have here. This is a Facebook advertisement that I have for Bolt Publisher that's happening right now. And I can move this down here. Now I might want to change my color or my font size. Now let me do that again. My mouse is a bit sensitive today, so it actually thought that I wanted to go back. So let's redo that again. All right, so we have that here. We've got var first, or we've got Aweber, first name. Okay, cool. So default value, our customers, then we have that right here. Okay, now we could change the font size, we could change the color if we wanted to. I'll make that bright red, and it's going to have our first name added in here. Now what we do is we click save, and then once again we've got our image name, so we're going to add in Bolt image. We've got our hyperlink URL, which can be whatever we want it to be. So it might be again vaultpublisher.co. Click Save. It's now saving. And then from there, we've got our image here. We can then get our image. By clicking Get Image, we add this into our code, our HTML code, and that's by clicking on the code button inside of your HTML editor like Aweber, and just pasting this into where you want it to go. Find it whereabouts in the text you want it to go, add it in there, and you can add it in very easily. Then from there, you're done. You add it just as if you're adding another image. Add this image code, and then you're done. Now for the email survey, this is something that's really quite new. So let's go to Create Survey and see how this works. Now there's 3 different options that you have to choose from here. You can either say yes, no, you can have a 5 stars, or you can have a multi-choice. Now what I think will probably be the most popular is the yes, no survey, for example. So one of the good examples that you could have here as a question is, have you claimed your coupon yet? $5 off, or it could be your local business coupon. Then we've got, yes, and we could have no. All right. So then if someone clicks no, then they would go there. Now, say for example, if have you claimed your 5 off coupon, or maybe even a better example would be, would you like $5 off this software, for example. So you're getting people clicking on yes, because whenever you're getting people clicking on no, it starts with a negative connotation, and it actually decreases the amount of potential sales you can make. A lot of people have done studies where, if you lead someone to saying yes, then you'll get a higher conversion rate than you will if you lead someone to saying no. So makes sense. So you can preview it. We can say yes, then we can go next. Where would you like people to direct depending on their answer? Now in this case, you could direct them to different places if you wanted to, based on their suggestion. In this case though, because of the type of question it is, I'd probably, if they click in no, I'd probably take them there, and for this, I'd probably take them to my bonus page. Cool. There we go, finish. We've got our 2 different survey results depending on where someone clicks on the image. We have our image here. We can then go ahead and we can view, we can report, see how many people are clicking on what, and we can also go get survey. Now in this case, you'll have to embed a bit more code in, and it looks a bit scary. It's not. It's just a matter of going into Aweber GetResponse, whatever you're using, and pasting this into the code where you want it to go. So basically, you'll find the text component that you want to add this into. I can probably do that now for you, actually. Let me do that now for you. We'll go into my messages, HTML editor. So you go into source, all right? You'll go into source, you'll click on source, and then you'll basically just add this in between the body. So we've got a body here, so it might say, hey, thanks for opening this email. Have you seen this yet? And you'd put in here, you'd then put in your code in like this. Copy this, go over to Aweber and paste it in there. Cool. Then we click on source, and we've got to add it into our email. Okay, so it's very easy to do. It's not difficult to do at all. You just need to paste it whereabouts you want it to go. Then from there, you can still edit your email, edit below, edit above. You'll just need some space to make sure that this is going to sit there. Now, what I recommend doing is adding this into a colorful template, a formatted, well-formatted template, opposed from a common text style email. If you really wanted to though, and I believe you could do this, you can actually have this sitting on the right-hand side. Now, the way you need to do that is you might need a bit more extra effort. So you'd have to go into here, you'd have to change and adjust this. So it might say right. Now, I don't know much when it comes to HTML code, so I'm going to be, trying this out with you here. But I believe if you were to go ahead and you were to align right, or get a developer to do it, there is a way you'd be able to get it sitted. Now, that's not going to work, but I do know that there is a way to get this aligning right. So they may have it in the training. You may need a developer or someone with some HTML expertise I don't have that expertise, but I would ask someone to align this right if I wanted it over here. Otherwise, the center's fine, and you can then edit it from there. So that's how you work everything. This is how the software works. You can clone this. You can view the statistics, which would be quite cool. You've got reports here. If we click on that, you can see a quick report breakdown, and you can do this for every one of these that you create. Now, there's no limits to how many you can create. This is a good feature for clients of yours. You can see here we've got our preview and our statistics down the bottom. So that's what Email Tools will do. I hope this is showing you what this does. So far, this is probably the best software that I've seen to date with these different tools. I haven't seen any that have done surveys in the past. I'm sure there's others out there, but I haven't seen any myself. Also, the timer is really easy to use. You've got the email video, which is really easy to use. Email images, again, very easy to use, and email survey, you've got 3 different possible options, and once again, they're very easy to use. This works on Mac and PC. In terms of, did I find any negatives in using this software? No. You have to paste in the code, as I showed you before, on the survey and with the image. For the email timer and the email video, those are just image links. So there is a little bit of technical knowledge needed to paste in that email image and that email survey. There is some good training, though, in the training area that will show you around how to do that. So I encourage you to go through this training. It's going to go over all of that, and it'll go over it in detail. So make sure that you, if you are going to get access to this, if you don't yet have a software like this, it is a really useful software to use. They will increase your open rates, it'll make you look more professional, and it's an option to use with clients. If you already have a software like this, but you don't have all of these features, have a consideration of whether these features outweigh or have enough benefits to justify the cost. And you'll be able to make your own decision, hopefully, with what I've shown you today that is right for your business. So thanks once again for listening to this whole video. I really appreciate it. Look out for some more videos coming from me very soon. I've got a couple of videos planned and a couple of big changes coming up in terms of the way that I'm doing things. Nothing massive, but there is an announcement that I need to make about a couple of things. So I will be making that announcement very soon on an email in the future. But thanks once again for listening. This is Sam Packer. I'll talk to you again soon. See you later.